Let's recap emotional awareness. Key takeaway: emotional awareness is defined as understanding and managing your emotions. Emotions influence our behavior, okay? So understanding them helps us make better choices. Emotional awareness is the ability. It's an ability. It's like a skill. You develop it. The ability to understand and manage your emotions. Okay? Now, another takeaway: the impact of emotions. You see, emotions shape our thoughts and behaviors. Long story short, our mental health is like a collection of our emotions, our predominant emotions. If you're predominantly happy, you would say you're mentally healthy. If you're predominantly depressed or sad, would say you're emotionally unhealthy or mentally ill, quote unquote. And mental health matters, by the way. That's why my book was titled From Trauma to Triumph: The Mental Health Battles of an Inscrutable Maverick. No matter how inscrutable of a maverick I am, I too have my mental battles, and emotions are at the cornerstone of these battles. When I master my emotions, I find myself mastering my challenges. Next takeaway: the 3-step process for arriving at emotional awareness. Okay? Number 1, name the emotion. Number 2, identify the trigger. Number 3, choose your response. Don't allow the emotions choose the responses for you. That's like you behaving impulsively like a robot, programmed to act a certain way when you feel a certain way. Instead, name the emotion. Oh, I feel sad. Oh, identify the trigger. Oh, the feeling started when such and such said such and such and such. I found myself in the middle of conversations pausing and telling the person, that thing you said rubbed me off such and such type of way. Whoa. And the person would be like, oh, I never felt... This happened last week, I think. Someone came to ask me to do something for her, and yes, she paid me, but she didn't pay me the right amount, and I just did it as a means of, getting back to good terms with her, because I felt she had, put me in a bad terms list. Turns out it was a stress of a program she was anchoring that was weighing down on her, and all the ill treatment I felt she gave me, like maybe we passing each other and she refusing to respond to my greetings and everything, was a mere coincidence, because I thought she was reacting to a favor that someone asked on her behalf and I wasn't able to provide, and I thought she was now, keeping a long face for me and everything. So that day when she needed that favor, I told her, I observed you've been acting, cold towards me lately, and I just accepted this your offer, just to squash that beef. And she was like, no, that it was a misunderstanding, that she never had such in mind. Oh, no, that it was a mistake on the other person's part. She didn't send anyone to ask for a favor on her behalf. Oh, no, it was an oversight, miscommunication, and she was going through a lot. That's why her face had been the way it had been. And, oh, man, I felt, wow. Imagine I wasn't on this journey where I was able to dig deep into emotions and process them and ask questions and be vulnerable enough to have these kind of conversations. We would have, carried on with such misunderstanding. I would have thought she was angry at me for not granting a favor. She would have thought, oh, I'm just being difficult or mean or, So yeah, practice mindfulness, okay? That's another point. Pause, reflect, respond intentionally. Okay? Now, self-reflection. Journaling can help you track your emotional patterns. When you journal and write down your thoughts and find out the root cause of certain things that you feel, you would find yourself mastering yourself on levels that you would teach your children, you would teach your friends, you would teach your colleagues, your spouse, the mastery of self by first mastering emotional awareness. Thank you for joining us. It's amazing to know that you're here. It's amazing to know that you're getting some form of value. Thank you for joining us on today's lesson on emotional awareness. Remember, understanding your emotions is the first step to mastering them. And mastering your emotions is the first step to mastering yourself. Tomorrow, we'll talk about integrating vulnerability into your daily life and how it can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections. I look forward to seeing you then. Ciao.